ermine or carpet, but the judge's mind had been kept off by the impact.
The proverbial sunrise coming up over the Pacific end, and I think I'm losing my mind, but I will shy away from the specifics, 'cause I don't want you to know where I am.
William Shakespeare, playwright, poet, actor, philosopher, a man whose creative and literary genius have had an immeasurably profound influence on the consciousness and culture. Tired. And yet, how much do we inhabitants of the 20th century know and appreciate the tremendous body of work contained in this single volume? Too little, I would argue.
The complete works of William Shakespeare!
Abridged.
By Daniel Singer, Jess Winfield,
And Adam Law.
Now you're a theater-going crowd of no doubt above average cultural and literary awareness. And yet, if I may just have a brief show of hands, how many of you have ever seen or read any play by William Shakespeare? Any contact at all with the bar? Just raise your hands. I think they may know more than we do. Maybe we better get out of here.
Don't worry about it.
What should I think we should really start working now.
Come on, I don't know Shakespeare from Shinola. Just keep going.
What should I do?
Narrow it down. What? Narrow it down.
Let's see if we can narrow it down a bit, shall we? How many of you have ever seen or read, let's say, All's Well That Ends Well?
Ah, yes, that seems to be separating the wheat from the chaff rather nicely. Let's see if we can find out who the true Shakespeare trivia champs are tonight. Has anybody ever seen or read King John? King John, anyone? You have, really? Would you mind telling us what it's about?
It's about a hunchback.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you laugh, you scoff, but he among you who is free from sin, live in a glass house. Well, that face, ladies and gentlemen, that face represents all of your faces. That empty brain represents your empty brain. Those glazed eyes are your glazed eyes, and those teeth are your teeth. Nice ride. Blast me! I submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, that our society's collective capacity to comprehend, much less attain, the genius of a William Shakespeare has been systematically shrunken by sitcoms and by soap operas. But have no fear. Your intellectual salvation is included, brother! We descend among you on a mission from God in the literary news to spread the holy word of God to the masses. And helping you take those first steps out of the 20th century quagmire of Donahue and Geraldo and Oprah and Jesse Raphael and into the future.
Testify!
Glorious future. A future where manly men wear tights with pride. A future where this book will be found in every hotel room in the world. This is my dream, ladies and gentlemen, and it begins here.
Join us in taking those first steps down the path toward the brave new world of intellectual redemption. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man at his time plays many parts.
How true. Ladies and gentlemen, we're better to begin our exploration of the complete works of the greatest of all English playwrights than Shakespeare's Scottish play, Macbeth.
Shh! Don't talk about it in here!
Oh gosh, sorry, I forgot.
That you're really not supposed to talk about it in a theater unless you're performing it. Because
It's cursed.
fortunately, however, we not only performed an abbreviated version of Macbeth,
But after much thorough research, we are able to do so. In perfect Scottish accent! Double toil and trouble.
Stee and perfect speaker, it's only Macmore.
Beware me too!
Don't
ocean. No.
Cliff did creep, but make what make need make. I make fail of make do.
Aha, Macbeth, you killed my wife. You murdered my babes.
I didn't.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Didn't.
Behold, where lies usurper's cursed. Where lies usurper's. Aha! There lies usurper's cursed head. Thank ye.
Meanwhile, Julius Caesar was a much beloved tyrant.
Oh, hail Julius Caesar!
He was born by a soothsayer.
Beware the Ides of March.
The great Caesar, however, chose to ignore the warning.
What are the Ides of March?
The 15th of March!
Why, that's today. And two brute.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar. So bury him and let's get on to my play, Antony and Cleopatra.
Why can't the Shakespeare stuff be more like sports?
Sports? How do you mean?
Well, sports are visceral, you know, exciting to watch. I mean, take this trees, for example.
Boing.
All those kings and queens killing each other off, the throne passing from one generation to the next. It's exactly like, well, playing football, but you do it with a crown.
Hey, they are kind of similar, aren't they? Okay, line them up. 25, 42, Richard III, Henry VI, Part 1, 2, 3, 4.
And the crown is snapped to Richard II, that well-spoken 14th century monarch. He's fading back to best, looking for an heir down field.
But there's a heavy rush from King John. My gross flesh sinks downward.
The crown is in there, and Henry VI comes up with it.
Victory is mine.
But he's gonna be by King John, their really reformed player in the 12th century. And he is dead.
He's killing him out there. John's in the clear.
My soul has elbow room.
He's got the 40, the 30, the 20. Ooh, he's poisoned at the 10-yard line. Looks like he's out the game.
Placing now is number 72, King Lear.
Divide we our kingdom in 3. Cordelia, you go long.
Order is down.
Fictional character on the field, Lear is disqualified.
And he is not happy about it. Playing now is our father-son team ahead of the fourth of Britannia. Center snaps the quarterback.
Quarterback is the hunchback. It's like Richard III's whip is giving him trouble.
Oh, my kingdom for a horse.
There's a penalty on the field.
Fumble, and Henry VIII comes up with it. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10. He stops the line to top of his wife saying, "Ah! Watch out for the red rose!"
Henry V, Richard III, and especially Charles. Yay! What are you doing? Hamlet. How could you forget Hamlet?
Shakespeare didn't write Hamlet, did he?
Of course he did.
That was a Mel Gibson movie.
Perhaps the greatest play ever written.
Well, wait a minute. Hamlet is a really serious, hardcore play, and I'm just not up for it right now.
What do you mean? It's the last one.
I know, it's just that football game left me emotionally and physically drained, and I just don't think I can do it justice.
We don't have to do it justice. We just have to do it.
I don't want to do it.
Look, our show is called The Complete Works of William Shakespeare.
Okay, so I'll call it The Complete Works of William Shakespeare. Except Hamlet.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
You can't make me do it. Okay. Horatio!
I'm the Prince of Denmark.
Thinks I see my father. My uncle.
Remember me.
To be or not. Act 2.
Where's Polonius?
At supper.
Where?
Not where he eats, but where he's eaten. There it is!
I'll be revenged for Polonius' murder. Like, drink out this cup.
Do not drink it in the poison cup. It is too late.
I'm poisoned.
Treachery!
Oh. the right line. Never to rise again. I follow thee.
The rest is silence.
Well, thanks again for coming.
Everybody going to Disneyland.
The audience is momentarily stunned.
Then slowly they reach into their pockets
Remove $5, $10, and $20 bills.
and throw them at the stage.
The end.
Coming up without specifics. I think I'm losing my mind, but I will shy away from the specifics. 'Cause I don't want you to know